A very good evening to you all right now. People are listening all over the world. My name is Ezra Tshisa, and this is time to talk about football. This is time to talk about soccer, talking football. I'm live in Bulawayo, and you can see Utebe. Greetings, Tebe. How are you?
Zithini lapha?
Sharp, right?
Ngigrand. Kunjani ekhaya lapha?
Kumnandi. Ithini lockdown?
Hey madoda.
Mm.
Sesisaba le new strain leyo kuthiwa iyavuka leyo. Eish,
Iyathusa?
ublind. Akuyethusa
Iyathusa.
shona. Kuyethusa and
Mm.
eish. Asazi
Anyway,
kumbe ne-conspiracy yokuphusha i-vaccine kumbeni kuyini akuqedakali.
Anyway, here it's too hot. It's damn hot. It's nice. It's raining. We're
Mhm.
enjoying udlawekaya, sezimukomane. We enjoy mumbo
Eish.
namasi, inyama. Yes, corona is. People are social distancing. They are trying, but things are very tough. Anyway, hopefully, please stay safe there. We are trying to stay
We'll
safe
try.
as well. Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
try.
Okay.
Mm.
So, I mean, do you have the results of football matches?
I don't have them. Ukuthi ilokhu yami futhi
Okay. Anyway, Brian or Tam was doing, but we talk about the games which we watched. I watched some of them. I didn't watch my team. If you can maybe try to analyze my team and tell me the result, I know that we lost at Everton 2-1,
Mhm.
and tonight we're about to play. I'm gonna watch it. We're playing the Carabao Cup
Yeah,
against Manchester
Man
City.
City.
Yeah. So
I-lineup
right,
usuyitholile.
lineup I haven't checked. I came rushing. I came running
Mhm.
here, tried to connect. So tell me what's happening. Do you watch the
I
Everton Arsenal game? What do you think the problems are at Arsenal right now?
I think it's the same. It's the same problem that Arsenal seem to be facing with Agula creativity. He seems to be sitting back and defending, but then unfortunately the other teams are coming quite stronger than him. So, it's
Mm.
becoming a sorry state. But alizweleki man.
I would have loved to Uyena Chembana can see his live there. Greetings, Gary Jackson Twala, you hate football. Anyane Cuthbert saying let Ateta go. Patam Tumkur watching from Wuhan. These are the people started the coronavirus. My team Ateta are playing as proper teams and Tshisa Umtun Lovu. Tumile, you should come here right now. We talk about football, wherever you are, or if you can,
Mhm.
just call. Right. You see, Brian, get what's happening to your camera. Can you hear me, Brian?
Guys, how are you doing?
Hater
Good, good.
Brian, skipper.
Are you
Apologies,
on
I
the?
can't be on the camera today, but it's just running a few errands, a bit busy here and there. But
Mhm.
Okay.
I gather you guys were talking about Arsenal, were you?
Yeah, we're about to
Yes,
talk
yes.
about the. Yeah, we lost at Everton. We lost 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a rumor, whether it's true or not, we'll have to find out over the next few weeks, that the reason
Mm.
why Ozil is not being played, take aside the whole Chinese issue, is
Mhm.
apparently the fact that Arteta does not find him versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Arteta wants a versatile midfielder that can play on the wings as well. And
Mm.
apparently that's one thing that he doesn't totally like about Ozil, that he can't operate on the wing. He operates only in one position and he doesn't want that, which doesn't make sense because that's exactly what you need right now. Someone that operates in that sort of whole area just behind the strikers,
Mhm.
which is why I see why he went for Willian. It makes sense now why he went for Willian, and you see where he plays Willian sometimes up front, behind, by the side. And that's exactly what he's done with Lacazette, and he's done exactly the same with Aubameyang. I think
Mhm.
what he wants to create in Arsenal is have a front four, front three that can be interchangeable and play in any position. But
Like
he doesn't
United.
have that. But he doesn't have people that have the talent to do that. And I
Yeah,
think the
yeah,
more he starts playing to the talent, the better.
but what Ian is saying Chembana is saying, Ozil did play for Ateta before. So do you believe it? The Arteta is a problem, but he played for Arteta before. Don't you think
Yeah,
this thing is the issue?
I think Arteta is going through a problem of where he wants to play a system of football that does not suit the players he has at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I wouldn't think that. No, otherwise he would not be coaching with Pep. I think what's happened is that he wants to play a type of football that doesn't suit the players that he has, and the quicker he comes to accept that he needs to play to those players' strengths, the better. Lacazette, Aubameyang need to be up front. That's it. Let them play up front. Let them play football up front.
Which type of football is it that is trying to play? Because when it started, Arsenal were like, we now have an identity. We can see where he's going. But to be honest, it just seems like it's just sit back and just try to hit teams on the counter. Which is, yes, that's the kind of style that a lot of teams are trying to play now, like Tottenham, like Manchester United. They will let you come. Once they win the ball, they will hit you on the counter. So I don't know. I don't know whether is he trying to do the same thing?
No, I think he clearly wants to move the ball from the back through the mid onto obviously the strikers. He wants to pass the ball, more or less a Manchester City side that we saw about the second season of Pep, where they efficiently moved the ball. Everything was forward looking. Everything was move, create space, move, create space, move, create space, get the ball. And then you look for space. As soon as you let that ball go, you're looking for space. As soon as you receive that ball, you know where the pass is going. You know where your teammates are. He just doesn't have the players to do that, because as soon as the back line have the ball, they have no one to pass it to in that midfield.
Are you trying to say? Are you trying to say, if Burnley, Aston Villa, Leeds, Leicester, they've got better players than Arsenal?
No, I wouldn't say they've got better players. If Arsenal has better players than those teams, it's marginal.
No. Do you think that if we lost, if we're better than those teams in terms of the quality, we have lost to Burnley? Don't you think this is the fault of the coach who is actually failing? Because at the moment he doesn't know the formation he wants to play. The players appear confused. They don't even know what.
And this is why this. But I'm agreeing with you, Tshisa. I'm exactly agreeing with you in that he wants to play a brand of football that doesn't suit the players he has at the moment. And the only thing he can do is face those facts and play the football that suits the players he has. Now he's talking about he wants to get Coutinho from Barcelona. I don't know. Where will he put Coutinho in that team?
Exactly where Willock. Temani is bringing a good point here. He is saying that there is Willock playing where Ozil should be playing. So you're saying Ozil shouldn't come. Do you think Willock is better than Ozil?
No, I'm not saying Ozil shouldn't come. I'm saying he's got his reasons why he doesn't want Ozil there. But again, like I say, he wants to get Coutinho from Barcelona. What do you do then? You have a number 10 that's sitting on the bench, that's on his good day, one of the finest in the world. You get Coutinho, who, I don't know, I don't think he's going to suit the style. Because again, the people that are behind him, Xhaka, for example, absolute rubbish, absolute liability. They want to pass the ball through midfield, but there are no midfielders to do that. Xhaka is a liability. The sooner you get rid of the fella, the better.
Yeah.
Plus, the players have got to buy into your style of play, whatever style you're looking to play. The players have got to buy into it. They've got to be in it and agree with it. Otherwise, you'll face a battle of trying to convince the players to play a certain way. If they don't like the style of play that you're playing, they won't play. It's like what you were saying about the way you were saying about how they want to move the ball and find the space. At this moment in time, Arsenal don't seem to be able to keep possession. They were losing the ball so much against Everton, until the second half, where the possession was a bit more against Everton. But in the first half, Everton were all over them. They had more of the ball. And once Everton led, you could still argue that maybe Everton just took the foot off the gas, maintained the game, and finished the game.
But in turn, one of the principles of playing passing football and playing from the back will take will take leaf of one of the greatest teams to ever do that in this world ever. Will take leaf from Barcelona. When the
Yes.
centre backs get that ball, Piqué or whoever, Mascherano gets the ball, who's ready to receive the ball? Xavi, Iniesta, or Busquets? And those three guys,
Mhm.
Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta, they're ready to receive the ball. They're making the spaces needed. They're moving it from there.
Mhm.
The problem that Arsenal have is that when those centre backs get the ball, you look up, who's there to receive that ball? No one. None of those guys in the middle are willing to get the ball and move it. This is where the problem comes in. As a result, you get sloppy. As a result, those guys that get nervous from the back, they pass it back to the keeper. They just pass it side to side constantly because none of the guys in the middle are willing to receive that football.
And there's this striker problem as well. That seems to be happening. You know what? When players play on the counter, usually when you get to the byline, you want to cross the ball into the box, and if there's no one in that box, you find that ball is so easy to defend because you're just crossing the ball into no one, and the ball is just getting taken back, and then now you under attack. So I guess that's one of the things that I noticed against Arsenal, because you get up Aubameyang running to the wing, but then when he's on the wing, receives the ball, and it's got no one to receive it.
That one is a coaching problem. Those guys are taught they come deep, receive the ball. Like I say, we go back to that Barcelona side. Messi will come down a bit, get that ball, then they all make space and advance with it.
There is movement. There was football movement at Barcelona. At the moment, the current Arsenal team, there's no football movement. They can't string 5 passes together. They play backwards, sideways, and all that. They fail to play. This is why you find him for 45 minutes, no shot on target. We've got a Arteta big fan here who is Marume Fresh. The guy is crazy in love with Arteta. So he's going to give excuses again. Yeah, Marume.
No, I'm not going to give excuses. Gentlemen, good to see you, Brian. Good to see you, Tshisa. Sorry, I had to walk out a visitor that I had in the house, that's why I joined late. But when I came in here, I found Brian saying a very important point about the ball, how people are receiving the ball. I'm going to say this. If you're analyzing Arsenal, I'm one guy who has, I think, Tshisa, I'm the only guy who's fair when it comes to Arsenal analysis as an Arsenal fan. Arteta, what is the type of game that he's trying to play? He doesn't have his players for the game. This is my analysis. He doesn't have the players for the game that he's playing. And Abantu Baz Magisa, they don't create spaces to receive the balls. Baz Magisa, they're not agents, they're not running.
Hold on, Madomi. How do you say that was Magisa when they are under pressure? The Arsenal players are always under pressure against all teams they play for. Madomi,
they're not moving. They're not moving.
Listen here, it can't be mobile. The team doesn't know the formation they are playing. I've always told you many times. They appear so confused. Aubameyang has played in the wing, but now he's struggling because all the other teams, I told you last time, all other teams, they know that Aubameyang is the one who creates the goals and scores those goals. So at the moment, they just shut him down. Marume, if you are saying that Arteta doesn't have players, show me what has Arteta achieved in the past. Tell me what Arteta achieved in another team. You can't say Arteta at the moment has performed well. He hasn't proven that he's the best coach. So why always want to blame the players?
I'm not going to say Arteta. I'm not going to say Arteta is the best coach. I am saying we can see what Arteta is trying to do. One of the things that we have to give to my point is this: when a big coach gets to leave the club, it takes a while for the next coach to settle in and do what the other coach has done for the past 20-30 years. Liverpool, it took them so many years to be where they are. And Manchester United, how many coaches have they changed? And they still are not yet where they want to be. Arteta is the second coach after this guy who was there, Unai. And he has not yet got his own players to do what he wants to do. If you look at Liverpool right now, the players that are playing in Liverpool are for the number players.
No.
What?
Very untrue.
No, where I disagree.
That's very
But which
untrue.
players does he have? Which players are Arteta? Which players did he
Oh,
buy?
come on.
Howard.
Aubameyang is
There
one
are
of the
about 3 or
finest
4. There are
strikers
about
in
3
this
players.
world.
Listen,
Come on,
here.
Malume. Aubameyang is one of the
What?
finest strikers. Come on.
Yeah, but he might be one of the finest strikers. But who is surrounding Obama? What
But
with Arteta's style of play? What is he trying to play?
Polo.
but you see, Mina, this is my point.
Oporo is not there. Yeah.
Mina, my point is this. My point is that
Yeah.
what's letting you down generally is the midfield. If you want to have
What?
one of the midfield, if you want to play good football, you need to have a good midfield. That's it.
Yes. So
That's it. You don't have a midfield that's willing to play football. That's where your problems come undone. You look at all the good sides,
and that's
midfielders are
so
the
we're
key.
talking. We're saying the same thing, Brian. Arteta has picked up one of the greatest midfielders, Umponompolo. Now he needs to get another one who is going to be creative. So he's building a team.
You have
He
a
cannot
creative
do this overnight.
midfielder in Ozil.
We can't talk about Ozil because he's not playing. We know there's a bigger story there that we all don't understand why he's not playing.
What about the discipline? There seems to be rumors around a few fights that are happening in the dressing rooms.
All of us supported Arteta, like Yena is saying. People have supported Arteta, but one thing he has shown that he's so naive. He is failing. Like I said, the legends told him, don't try to make every player happy. Find your first 11. You can't change teams every week. Change this and put this one and put this one. Let me tell you one thing with the Premiership term. Premiership is not a league where you try players. Premiership, you have to find the balance and find the best players. Jaga is not Arsenal material, but he keeps putting Jaga in there. Let me tell you one thing.
Who is he going to put? Who can he put given the players that he has?
If you listen to me, Niles is a midfielder. He was trained to play as a wing back or as a right back, but Niles can do a better job than Jaga, right? He can do a better job. Jaga doesn't deserve to be an Arsenal player. One thing for sure is that with Arsenal, with Arteta, the mistake he's making, Tom, he has to find the balance, have his best 11 and play the players in their rightful positions. There's no trial and error during the season. Arsenal has broken records since 1954. They've never lost 8 games in 14 games. Okay? They've lost 8 games. A lot of let me tell you one thing. There's no too big a team relegated. With the way things are, we are heading for relegation. Nottingham Forest went well. People were saying it is too big, it will never go down. It went down. Just like that. It went down. There's no too big team to be relegated. Anyone can go. That's Premiership. And again, if you turn around, let me tell you one thing. If you see them, if we lose against Chelsea on Boxing Day, and they lose against it, that we're struggling to survive in the league.
Yeah, no, but Mina Tshisa and I say what they're going through now, you're better off going through it now than towards the end of the season. I think they still have a chance to rebound because looking at the math, the number of points between them.
Listen, there are no signs. Okay, show us that we are playing. You're losing 1-0. Show us that we are playing. But this team is pathetic. There's no way. Let me tell you one thing, Tom. You have been watching Arsenal for a very long time. There's no one who's outplayed Arsenal at Emirates, even City. We cannot have everyone. Ball possession 69%, 31 for Arsenal, getting marked 3-0 and all those things. You can't buy Villa. Arsenal has never been dominated at Emirates. Tell me one game where Arsenal dominated before.
That's okay. That's okay. The thing is, for me, I am saying they're going through what they're going through now. It's fine. Me, I can take what they're going through now. Let's see the second half of the season, how it's going to be. Let us see that. We are going to be here. We're still going to be coming back here. And we're still going to be talking. I hope you guys are not going to change your tune.
You're playing dangerously, Malume. You're playing dangerously. These teams that are at the bottom of the log, when it comes to that time when it's time to fight for relegation, they will start, drawing games and winning some of the odd games that they were not expected to win. I better hope that won't be against Arsenal.
Other teams have hired Big Sam. Other teams have hired. Clearly, they know what they want to do, and with Big Sam, only one thing can happen: they will snatch points in difficult places, they will win games when you least expect them to win games. Now, what happens for Arsenal? Simple put, Arsenal needs to win a game. Whether they play great football or not, right now, you shouldn't care. Just care about getting that 1-0 score and moving on. That's what Arsenal needs to do.
Do you know what?
Which is going to happen. Which is going to happen.
No,
too optimistic, Lumez. Too optimistic.
You cannot say, no matter even if you got 1 man down or 2 men down, you can't say let's lose against Burnley. No ways. You can't say that. Burnley already bottom behind us, they are winning. The danger is that the teams now at the bottom of Arsenal, we're number 15 for God's sake. Malume lies to me every time he said we're number 5. We're number 15, Tamo. That's why. We're number 15. We're not number 5. So that's what you should know. Why did you let Gondoza go? When you know the midfielders are starting, let Gondoza go. Look at him, he's shining in Germany. This is what we're talking about. You take a player from France, Saliba, you don't register him. What nonsense is that? What nonsense is that, Malum? Yeah? What nonsense is that? Anyway, enough about Arsenal. I know you.
Thank you. No, that's fine. That's fine. We can move on. I have said, I've said my own opinion that you know what, we cannot afford sacking coaches in and out. Because I did make an example of him in Ugam Talapana, who went after Ferguson, how many coaches have been changed and they still haven't been where they are.
They never lost games.
We can see the improvement.
They never lost 8 games in 14, right? Even the EA coach, even the Moyo, who was so poor, David Moyes, Van Gaal, they never lost 8 games. Even Solskjaer never lost 8 games.
That's okay.
Right? And secondly, they won trophies. They won the Europa Cup and all that. We need to win something new.
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. We will keep watching Liverpool. Uthing was given a chance and has built a team. All those are his players. All his players. And he's doing what he's doing best with his players. Before that, what was happening?
No,
but here's the problem.
He found Ray Henderson there. All these Henderson were already there. Or Milner, they were already there. So you can say you need to build a team with the players we have there at Liverpool.
It's probably Henderson only. It's probably Henderson only. That was not what my team.
No. There's quite a few.
Origi was there. What's the name of this guy from Switzerland? The fit one was
Shaqiri.
Shaqiri was bought by him. Shaqiri was bought by Klopp.
Yeah, all those players were there before.
I don't know a squad player, Lona. He's not.
But at the end of the day, but you can't use Liverpool. You can't use Liverpool as a benchmark. I'll tell you why you can't use Liverpool as a benchmark. Purely because what Klopp did when he got to Liverpool, he saw the squad he had. He saw that he's got Origi, Coutinho, all these players, and he thought, I can't play a system that I want. That's why he was playing a 4-3-2-1 to begin with. Right? He played a 4-3-2-1 for a very long time, and that killed us a lot of the times more than anything else because...
Right. And he learned from that.
And then what he did is slowly brought in the players he wanted. And the system changed.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
No. Malume, if he's serious, if Arteta is serious, he would play a formation that suits those boys rather than keep playing his rubbish formation or whatever he's doing. No one knows. He would play. That's what Klopp did. He played a formation that suited his Fusho that was there.
And then he never lost. Count the number.
No, I'm following you guys. I get your opinions. I'm following you guys. Right. So that's fine. We will keep watching.
Okay, let's visit Manchester United. Manchester United, they were underdogs, but look at where they are now.
They were underdogs.
They're underdogs. But I think they've got the way they are. At the moment, if they win their outstanding game, do you know that they'll be number 2? And 2 points
come on. All these ifs and buts. Come on. Ifs and buts. The wheels will come off. We know this has happened before. Those string 4 or 5 games in a row, the wheels come off. All of a sudden, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Let's not get too overly excited about this Manchester United team. Come on.
Liverpool is
So,
rival for Manchester
so
United.
No,
this
no,
is
no, no,
me.
no. I'm not even. It's not even
A
about being a
Manchester,
Liverpool fan.
a
We've
football
been
team
here.
wins games, and you don't want,
Brian is getting
you don't
scared.
appreciate Brian. What is it
No,
that
no,
you
no, no,
want?
no.
Give
No, it's
them
not about.
props.
Listen, the
Yeah.
way they went about their business over the past few games, I must say, has been very professional. Pogba has
Yeah.
looked very good.
So let's give them props.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm not saying I'm not giving them props, but what I'm saying is let's not get overly too excited. We've been in this position before where we've watched all the string 3-4 games in a row, 5 games in a row. All of a sudden, everyone is saying, "Oh my
Stunk
gosh, let's all
10 one
forget."
time.
It doesn't
Last
change
season, he
anything.
stunk 10 games in a row.
It
And then he
doesn't
started.
change. It doesn't change the fact that he's a poor coach. It's not going to change anything. He's still a very poor coach who has relied on some level of luck to get to where he is. I'll reference back to West Ham. West Ham, was it West Ham or West Ham where he lumped 6-7 forwards and he said, guys, just go and win a game for me. There was no strategy or anything. It hasn't changed anything. He's a poor coach.
Even Ferguson has done that. I remember a game where he beat Man City, having played 6 forward. I think Giggs was playing right back in that game.
Come on! Now you're making. I'm not even a Manchester United fan, and to compare, say, Alex Ferguson and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
No, I'm just talking about the formation where you're talking about.
No.
He played 6 forwards in a match to win a game.
Coaches will do that. They'll throw forwards in order to win a game,
Brian.
but there's a level of sense to everything they do after that. This
Brian.
guy has no sense. He's still a poor coach. Let's not get it twisted.
Brian, I also have a question for you, Brian.
Yes.
What formation does Carlo Ancelotti play? I have watched Carlo Ancelotti play in over the years. That guy, you can't make out what he's playing, but he wins games.
One thing about Carlo Ancelotti, come on, it's a very fluid system. He always needs a gunman. It's a fluid system where he's got 3 attacking midfielders behind a striker. That's one formation he always is. Then there's 2 holding midfielders. One is given license to roam to do whatever he wants. One will always sit back and clean everything up. That's why he brought in Alan. That's why he brought in Takore. Takore will bomb forward, box to box. Alan will sweep everything. Rodriguez out on the wing coming in, and then you've got Richarlison coming in, and then you've got Calvert-Lewin up top. This is why they're very successful at the moment.
They're playing well. We can't say Everton.
They play well, but you can't make out how he plays or Carlo Ancelotti most of the times. This is just me. When I look at
it's about fluidity.
You can't make out how he plays all the time.
The fluidity comes.
He's always changing. You cannot go there and say he plays like this.
But he's always played one striker. How many strikers did he play? Just one.
Yeah.
He's always played one striker up top. It's the 3 behind that fluid, that change. Omunye uzangena center, Omunye ayaphandle. It's the fluidity that he has behind the 3. That's why he needs the 2 holding midfielders to sit back and 1 to go up to create a 4 going forward to help the striker that's up top. The 4 behind the striker. He drops back into the 2 holding midfielders. This is why he's generally successful, because he gives the guys up top freedom to do exactly as they please.
But that's the formation that a lot of teams seem to be doing now. United are doing the same thing. Spurs are doing the same thing. Who else?
Oh, come on. Spurs are now playing that 4-3-3, similar to what Liverpool do. That's what Spurs are exactly doing now. They're playing a 4-3-3 similar to what Liverpool do.
Yeah, Spurs is playing 4-3-3.
This is why Son and Kane are lethal and Lupekwa comes from nowhere. And you're like, where did he come from?
Other teams that don't even know what formation they're playing, including mine. So Manchester United guys, Manchester United, are they really? Brian doesn't believe that they're a threat now. Do you see them losing? The fighting spirit in that team right now. But I believe that it is the fighting spirit. They're not playing well, but they know how to fight. Look at how they play. Look at how they win games. If you smash and grab, it's fine, as long as they win a game.
Right. I think we're seeing a change. As much as Brian is saying we shouldn't get overly excited about it, I think we are seeing a change in attitude and the change in those players. They're starting to look like they mean business. I think there is always hope in winning. When they feel good, they're not trying to play for the coach, and they're also playing for themselves to win games. So, we might not get too overly excited, but we see what they're now trying to do. So I think we are on an upward trend.
Yeah, because we know the football Manchester playing is no longer the Ferguson one. This time it's just a boom from the back, a Rashford sprinting, next thing penalty, next thing
I,
goal.
I think there's one of the dangers that we have had as soccer people loving people. We tend to dwell and have this hangover of the old coaches. You know, our Ferguson, our Wenger. We have a hangover. We need to accept and learn what the new coach is trying to do, and analyze what he's trying to do. I think all as much as we probably most of us don't like him, I think he's probably getting somewhere.
Mhm. But
Okay.
in Ferguson's time, it was a 4-4-2 system. Nowadays, like we were saying, it's now a 4
No.
4
Wait.
3 4 3 5 4 3 5 2 4 4 2 4 2 3 4 2 3 1, and then
Yeah.
other
But
teams, yeah, go
that's
on.
modern football. But that's modern football entire talking about
Yes,
it. It is not important, but we are talking about playing the game, guys. This is football. It should be played. There should be a passing game. We can't just play football, just kicking from the 18 area to the other 18 area and they go. And then what does
it's
Dynamo Zimbabwe
tactical.
do?
It's a tactical move.
No, but this is what we used to see at Dynamos. That the ball will kick, give him parry or go. So let's see the football being played. We enjoy it. Why a
But
lot of people around
the
fans?
trick,
Why a
though,
lot of
the trick, though,
yeah,
Tshisa,
why a
the
lot of
trick.
people around fell in love with Arsenal? It was because of their passing game, fast movement. Why people loving
Yes,
Barcelona is their passing game, good movement of the ball. That's what people want to enjoy watching. I got a time
a, ga- a
go
game is won. A game is won by scoring goals. You
I
score the
know.
goals, you get your foot ahead, and then you start playing the ball and you start holding the ball and enjoying the ball football more. But if you do this thing of romance, you know,
Yeah. Akubara ama-comment malume khona baba-comment athini ngapho
Ama-comment ukhona omunye lapha mbalo ngu-Frank uthi khona malume I can coach Arsenal better than Arteta. uthi I love you Tshisa for speaking well on United. Spurs dropping points, and who is this? Stanford Arteta is drunk. He can't make use of quality players that he has. Another coach will shine with those same players. Stanford Hove. Omunye ati even Man City. I don't know what he's saying about even Man City, but
I think it's talking about the formation that they play, whatever formation they're talking about earlier on.
okay. And then we have Eddington. Uthi Premier League football is all about winning. In the next page, Uthi, if Ole was to be given Arsenal would he use those players better? That is a question that is asking there.
Now what's really la uthini lapha eManchester United?
Uzweni 10, let's see. Comment kaZweni ngapha ngibonanga. I probably skipped it. Let me go.
Manchester United have a very good squad. Don't rule them out, Malume. It looks like the players are playing for the page. Even Ole is still struggling with his tactics. Players, like what you said, that the players are fighting for themselves. No longer about the coach.
Once we cut out that thing of getting of conceding a goal first, once we start managing the game and getting into the games, getting ready for the game and starting well, we should do better. We should do well.
Okay, so you believe that on the Boxing Day, let's look at the fixtures of the Boxing Day. Arsenal are playing Chelsea, and then Manchester United are going to Leicester. Yeah. Leicester, I think they're back on form. What do you think?
I think Leicester are beatable, Mina, though. I think they're beatable.
Guys, this is the Premier League. Sometimes I think we speak about the Premier League and we forget how it is. Every team is beatable in the Premier League. It just depends on the day and the coach and how he has well read the tactics of the other coach. If you look at the results over the weekend, for example, Leicester, did you expect that result? Did you expect Leicester to beat Mourinho 2-0?
At Tottenham, at Spurs.
At Tottenham. No one expected that. So this is the Premier League. We need to understand. This is the Premier League. Anything is possible in the Premier League. And everybody is beatable. So we have to understand that. It doesn't mean that Leicester. Does that mean Leicester is much better than Tottenham now? Can we just quickly roll out Mourinho and say Mourinho no longer has a chance of winning the league because he lost to Leicester?
No.
I think maybe Rogers maybe studied what Mourinho does, because if you notice what Mourinho has been doing, if you leave him and give him that space in the middle, that's where the hurricane will come in. Once he receives that ball, he's looking up for Son, and he's looking for that run. Once you occupy that space, you know how Leicester are organized. So if you occupy that space in the middle, and you don't give those people that come to receive the ball in the middle, then you've pretty much stopped Tottenham.
I know a big fan of Spurs, Tula Machazi. He has been singing, thinking that is going to be the champions. This guy doesn't sleep at all, Malume. Ukutula
Machazi, is one biggest fan of Tottenham, and he's also the biggest critic that I actually agree with him on one aspect. He is a big critic of Hurricane, and I agree with him on that one. Hurricane, it doesn't matter how bad he plays, he'll never be on the bench.
Okay.
But again,
a quick comment from Edim Kanan. Otto Rogers used to be Mourinho's assistant at Chelsea. Do you think that's the reason he paid them?
I don't think so.
Long time ago, over 8 years or 10 years ago.
I don't think so. Mourinho has changed the way of play over the years. Yes, he's still not playing that dinosaur football he used to play over 8 years ago.
Okay, Liverpool guys, Liverpool are on fire. Liverpool looks like they will defend.
Picked.
They will
picked again.
They will defend the title now. You know that game, which they were supposed to lose against Fulham. I think that was the turning point. Was the referees on that day saved Liverpool? For that game, they should have lost it.
The difference between Liverpool and most of the teams is the quality in players. The game they played on Saturday, Liverpool should have been trailing at least 3-0 on the first half, because the goals they landed on the feet of players that are not sharp. That quality tears them apart from the rest of the squads. So that's what will make them win the game. This is my opinion. Quality.
And this football is about taking chances. You get your chances, even with the United game.
Quality players. It's about quality players given the same chance. Quality players will put the ball away.
That chance, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you look at some of the youngsters coming up at Liverpool, I think it's not only about quality. These guys, there's hunger, there's desire. These guys, they want to win. Win. I don't think it's just quality. It's a matter of these guys who back this. I love the statement of Arteta when he said that it's not about the coaching. It is also about the players wanting to win. They are fighters. Liverpool players are fighters. Even those youngsters who are promoted to the first team are fighters. So, as I said, Malume, on Liverpool, definitely Liverpool, they look like they're hungry. The players are hungry. It's not about that there's quality. I don't know the Brian Lawosvele. These are the people who are crazily in love with Liverpool.
They are hungry and they have quality, Tshisa. They're hungry, they have quality. Clear-cut chances. The same chances that you give, the same chances that were given to. Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask you one thing? Those youngsters are quality, or those youngsters they want to play. He never put them. They're coming from the youth system. But look at when they've been a chance to play.
But now that shows their quality now. The fact that, for example, Trent Alexander-Arnold came in to replace, what's this guy that's at Crystal Palace now?
Nathaniel Klein.
Nathaniel Klein. Now, Nathaniel Klein was at that time one of the finest fullbacks in the country, quite easily. He came in to replace that guy, and that's no mean feat. And you look at Curtis Jones now. Curtis Jones can be thrown into the Liverpool team, even if it's a high-profile game, and he will still perform. That's talent.
In other words, you are saying all these youngsters in other teams, they've got no quality. Guys, sometimes it's playing with the best players which motivate these youngsters.
They have quality, but not good enough for Liverpool.
So, so all your
No, but
youngsters.
it comes from the drilling of these players. You see,
Thank you.
when you play a certain way in the first team, it has to cascade down from those who are coming from the
Yes.
under 23s. They have to know what they do in the first team, so that by
Yes.
the time you get to your chance in the first team, you just seamlessly just get into the team.
Thank you very
And
much, Mta.
yeah.
Mta, you've finished it all, because what you say, I think I've said this several times. You look at what Barcelona has done at La Masia, where you have kids from 7 years old or 3 years old, whatever, they're playing in the same ground as the first team. They're all training in that place. Same thing that was done at Manchester City. They're all playing there. That's why the Phil Fordens easily come through. Liverpool have done exactly the same, where they've went to the AXA training center in Kirby, and they've managed to say, everyone plays football here. Everyone trains here. This is where everyone is. And as a result, it becomes a culture. And now the culture coming from the Liverpool under 8s all the way to the Liverpool under 23s is exactly the same. Same DNA.
Exactly. So you're agreeing with exactly what I said. It's
No.
not about that.
You've got to have talent to play at that level.
Oh, you instill it. You drill the players. You instill it.
No. You've got to have talent. It's, for example, those boys who are already playing England under 21s.
Don't forget. Tshisa,
Hold on there.
we have to.
Under 21. How many?
We have to.
Under 21.
No, I'm just saying that they have the quality. The point is they've already even been selected, to the point that even England is considering selecting even Curtis Jones at the moment.
No, listen, because he's playing in a team which is winning. I'm asking you, how many Arsenal players are the starters? Arsenal had about 4 or 5 players in the under 21 for England. Starters.
Oh, come on. Let's not even talk about Arsenal, because they had no quality to improve.
No,
they had no quality to improve. You've got to have the quality to improve.
Tshisa, when you guys talk about juniors, let's not forget that all clubs in English, in the Premier League, they have a junior side. All of them. All of them. But you cannot take that with all those kids and put them in the first team and think they're going to perform because they've been playing together. It has to come with quality and experience. Liverpool, what they've done, they brought in experienced quality players, and they're taking quality juniors and putting them together, and they have a well-oiled machine.
No, I was trying to go back to that point, quick one, to show you that the under 21 for England. There's got 5 Arsenal players, which Arteta is using. The starters. Don't get here all those people, the starters, but failing. Then it answers that the coach is failing at Arsenal. At Liverpool,
yeah, but we've said this, that the problem is the coach at Arsenal. Nketiah is a quality player.
Let's not go back to Arsenal. No,
I wanted to show Madome this is what he's talking about, but in Liverpool is doing it. So I'm saying the coach, the winning mentality.
Guys. If I don't want to go back to Arsenal, but what you're doing, I feel you're being unfair on the young coach. I feel you're being unfair on the young coach.
We're not going back. I'm trying to show you that it depends with the coach who can instill a winning mentality. Then let's move on to Nuno. Nuno said some stuff. I've never seen him angry like that, Brian. Tell them what he said.
What did he say? Nuno said that referee has no quality. As he said, he has no quality to whistle a Premier League game. That's how he said it. No quality to whistle a Premier League game. In other words, he has no quality to ref a game in the Premier League.
Which ref is that?
Twamban in town. Is it Paul Twamban? I don't know what I'm going
to say. No, not Paul Mason. Paul Mason is a pundit.
I've just gone blank. I apologize. I've gone blank. But the main focus of the point here was something that we have constantly said, that the problem with the English Premier League as it stands today is the quality of refereeing. There are shocking referees in the English Premier League. Shocking. And it's displayed more so now with VAR, because how does a video assistant referee become so inconsistent when you have the video right in front of you? One day, this is a penalty, this is not. I understood it if it was human error, day to day, week in, week out. I understood the human error aspect of it. But now we have VAR, and still VAR is inconsistent in England. Surely does that not even prove further to show you guys that the quality of refereeing in this country is terrible. And until the quality of refereeing is improved in this country, we have no hope of getting a good standard free-flowing game until that's changed. Because that's where the problem is. You have some referees that as soon as a player says, he kicked me in the leg, ref. What are you doing? Ref. As soon as a player says that, he blows the whistle. What kind of refereeing is that? As soon as a player says, but ref, you need to give him a yellow card, look at him. He pulls out a yellow card. As far as I'm concerned, the ref should use his own judgment without influence of the players. And 90% of these referees in this country are really influenced by what the players say to them. And as soon as the player says, no, you need a yellow card, even if it doesn't give him a yellow card in this instance, the next foul the guy commits will give him a yellow card. Whether it warrants a yellow card or not, he pulls it out.
So he's going to be in trouble with the FA, obvious, is it?
Which is a shame because he's telling the truth.
Guys, no matter how much mistakes they make in a game, what they do, they are punished by refereeing the championship, and the other week they are back in the Premier League. How can we have a referee who is punished 3 times a year but still refereeing the top flight football in England? I expect
that's an insult to the championship.
Yes, but why do they take them to the championship? To do what? Why don't they say you're not going to get paid, you're not going to referee a game for 3 games or for 4 games? But you know that he messes up this weekend, next weekend is refereeing the championship. So what nonsense is that? I
think they should be sent to the divisional leagues, such as the Eastern League or something. Send them as far away as possible. 9th tier of English football. They have some of these referees have no place to even ref the Premier League, Championship, League 1 or League 2. They should stay out. I am very passionate about refereeing.
Yeah, this is why we should educate people like Omalumi who believe that remember he was defending the English referees. Hey, this is that. You see, sometimes don't understand.
Brian, talk to your friend. Brian, please talk to your friend.
Yeah, but you did defend them. I told you that the German.
No, I did not defend them. I asked the question. I only asked the question about the VAR and so forth, and I just asked questions. I said, are the rules clear for them? Because, for example, I saw an offside this weekend, which for me, the offside rule before, the offside was the hand. But a hand is not a scoring limb, but it's still an offside. To me, that is a rule that doesn't make sense. If it's a leg or a head, yes, you see it's offside. But this time, I must say, you understand, the offside rule before was saying if it's a scoring limb, it's an offside.
But you see, Malume,
the argument now is he handball is the sleeve. So if your shoulder is offside, that means if a shoulder, whereas before, if you lean forward and you hit the ball with the shoulder, that used to be handball.
So if your arm from the elbow offside is an offside. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's not a scoring. That's not a scoring limb.
No, you can't.
But you see, my argument is this. My argument is that's well and fine. Let the rules make sense or not make sense. Whether that's an offside or not an offside, fine. Right, but what they need is consistency. If your toenail, if not your toenail, if your fingernail rather is going to be offside today, next week it has to be offside as well. They can't say, "Oh no, it's not offside next week." That's where the problem is.
Again, Brian, on that, you remember they say this is a natural position. A player, what we expect, they are standing on the wall. Somebody is hit when the hand is down here on the tummy. Hit there, they say it's a penalty in front of him. So what does he do to protect his private? So he has to let the ball hit him. Then they say penalty.
That has changed now, though.
You know, when you do this, Malume, and then you try to protect your front.
But what you're saying now, Tshisa, is changed. It won't be handball now. If your hands are it's not a handball anymore.
No, don't even go there. There was a penalty last week. I can't remember which team. Was it Southampton or what?
So those are the referees.
Those were the
referees. No, that one was a penalty because the hand was up. No,
it didn't see the game. It was the front. It hit him in front, straight in front of him in the chest. He was holding his chest. It beat him straight on the chest.
So that goes to Brian's point. It has to be consistency because in some games it's not a handball. So that goes to Brian's point.
He can help us with the South African League as well. He's a man who loves South Africa. Yeah, quick one.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tshisa. I'll just join in with the conversation. Go VAR. That thing, I think, off season, when the season comes off, they should just sit down. It's either they scrap it or they try to improve it because there's so much inconsistency with that thing.
No, VAR will not be scrapped, and it can't be scrapped. But they just need to find the consistency. The reason why it can't be scrapped is because now the VAR is being used in the Champions League. It's being used in World Cups, and if you have players here,
it's working everywhere,
and it's working, and then you want to have players here and say don't play with VAR, but then when they go international competitions, they play with it. It's impossible.
But Brian, on the same thing, that VAR is not working in Africa because you remember what they said, the goal line technology. We can use goal line technology in Europe, while in Africa you don't use it. So why is it being used here and other places not used? The game should be universal.
In Africa, we know two things, right? Money is a problem. In Africa, money is a problem first. Secondly, those referees in Africa, anyway, most of them are captured. We know this. They're captured. Yeah. It's not even an argument.
But here, the rest
can't even argue about that.
With the video evidence, they're still captured.
No. Here, there's a difference. The difference here that we have, the difference we have here is poor officiating, not being captured. Poor officials versus being captured. You see, when you're captured, it means that if I give you $200 today, you're going to influence my game tomorrow.
No. What you say about Ferguson? Capturing is not about monetary terms. Ferguson had captured the refs with this system of intimidating them. He was captured. They were captured. These people.
No.
Right.
Capturing doesn't mean to be monetary terms. You can capture
No, come on. Listen again. I'm not even a Manchester United fan. People will know this. That Manchester United is not even in my blood. But any coach will always want to have an advantage in any setting. There's a difference between trying to gain an advantage. When I coach and play American football, I try to gain an advantage by being very nice to the referees because it's the opposite. American football is the opposite of football. Where you try and be nice. Good morning, sir. How are you today, sir?
No. You can't run away, Brian. You can't run away that Ferguson intimidated referees. That is known.
That is not everyone. How come
that is just an Arsenal conspiracy?
This is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. That as a coach, I would do exactly the same thing to intimidate a ref. There's a difference between intimidating a referee and if he's to be intimidated, it means he's a poor official.
He's professional, yes.
Because the good official like Talwano everyone remembers him. Who could capture him?
No.
Talwano was the best referee in of our time.
Brian, the English referees are incompetent. Let's be honest with each other. They are failing. So don't start making noise. People like, Brian said, why are there no English referees at the World Cup?
Wow, Tshisa, you know I'm the first person to appreciate how poor these referees are. They are shocking. And the sooner we have either a complete overhaul, the better.
Okay, Arteta is going tonight. If he loses against City, the odds are saying Arteta will be history.
He's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. This game is. It would be unfair to fire him.
He's not going anywhere.
No.
He's on the road anyway.
You can't say it's unfair to fire Arteta on this game, based on this game. It's not based on this game. It's based on all the games that he has played.
Exactly. Yes.
It's the same thing. What happened to Wolverhampton coach? What's his name?
You feeling to West Bromwich?
He was fired when he drew with Man City. It was
but West Brom, come on, West Brom did do that to anyone. Look at what they did to Darren Moore. Darren Moore had over 55% win rate, and they fired him. Which was one of the most shocking decisions ever in football.
Let's move away from Arteta. Arteta is not going anywhere.
They're looking at the game tonight. So if he loses, you'll be crying the whole night. Okay,
He's not going anywhere.
Brian, what is Liverpool playing on Boxing Day? Entire you are going to Leicester. Tebe going to Leicester, Manchester United. What are Tottenham playing? I need to pick a few games here. Do you think Arsenal will do well against Chelsea, Madam?
Chelsea, it's going to be a difficult game.
Sorry, I had a bit of a delay there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult game, but Arsenal have a chance of winning that game. It's going to be a tie, or they're going to win it.
It's a derby. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
No, Arsenal. I support Arsenal, but that game is a full goal conclusion. Arsenal will lose that game. There's no Arteta is there. There's no hope. There's nothing.
Don't do that time. I will give you on Friday.
We are now hopeless, guys. We are now hopeless.
Man, we make them angry.
What did you say? I missed that.
What is the phone conclusion? Arsenal is losing to Chelsea on Saturday.
Don't worry about him.
I think it's right.
Don't worry about him.
I think it's right.
I know what I'll be laughing next year, February, when we sit here again. I'll be telling you guys what I told you so. All of you, all four of you.
Malume, tell me one thing. What is the reason of keeping Arteta? One, that board won't back him. In January now, they won't back him. They don't have 200 million kids. That team needs 200 million to sort it out. They don't have that. So the best thing is to get rid of him. Somebody to just galvanize those useless players that we've got. Just tries to bring out something from them.
Okay.
So one thing I hear you're agreeing with Arteta doesn't have players, which is something that I've been singing here, and these guys have refused. But anyway, let's move on from Arteta. Let's talk about someone else, guys. Because
Liverpool are playing West Brom. There's big Sam there.
West Bromwich. Easy. Easy things, no problem there. The advantage we have, I think, is based on the fact that the advantage I think we have is that he's just arrived. So his mentality might not have set in yet. That's the advantage. But then again, they'll sit back. Tottenham did exactly the same thing. Sit back. We'll go through them.
Quick one, Manchester City.
Who are they playing?
I don't know.
With Man City, I'll still maintain what I keep saying about Man City. Man City need a striker. They need firepower up front. Yes, they wanted the weekend, but without another striker, I think they will struggle to win the league. To win the league this year.
I think Manchester City right now should be aiming for top 4 because they go Newcastle at the weekend.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. A lot of people, why we touch it? Because we touch the most popular teams. This is some of these teams that don't have supporters. To talk about them, even people don't want to listen to them. Can you imagine if we discuss Burnley versus Sheffield United? Who's going to listen to that? Anyway, we touch it because they've got fans. The fans who are here, they support teams. I'm here to find a Burnley supporter, West Bromwich supporter. I would love to have them. Anyway, thank you.
Or even a Spurs fan. You should find a Spurs fan.
Yeah, if I find a Spurs fan, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, Spurs must fall. Really, can't now because of Spurs.
Unless you can find a Mourinho fan, you'll defend Mourinho at Spurs.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. Catch up later.
Sure.
All right, cheers, guys. All the best.